Good morning, beautiful people out there, fellow entrepreneurs and role models. I just want to definitely leave this quick video. I want to make a book review about a book that I just came across. That I've been seeing the book, I've been skimmed through it, but I never really had a chance to study it copiously. And what that book is actually it's called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And this book is very paramount. So what I'm going to do is make a book review about this book. I'm going to start doing this as a repetition weekly. I read usually 1 to 2 books a week, literary accounts. A lot of times I've read a quote here, it's kind of disturbing. It says an average American reads 1 to 5 books a year. I thought about that for a moment. I was like, oh my, that's astonishing. So, I mean, usually I read about 1 to 2 books a week, so what I'm going to start doing is putting the books out here to the world and to, mainly talk about my understanding of it and how it helped me in my endeavors as well, so far as in my life, and not only in my life, but also to help you all, just share some information with you. Anyway, to make a long story short, I'm here in beautiful UTSA, University of Texas, San Antonio, at the college campus, and I want to make this account something that was definitely on my heart, and I want to put it out here. So, The Alchemist. Let me make sure I fix this here, the camera. The Alchemist. I found myself in a situation, a lot of times I like to go walking, even if my circumstance shows that I need to, so far as, say, if I didn't have a vehicle, say if I was walking, I would walk 5 or 10 miles each way, whether it was to a job or whether it was to an assignment or a meeting or just anything, because I think about it, back in those times when transportation was not so apparent, one would be able to walk and just do a journey. And I look at it like, wow, before vehicles were so ever apparent in the world, before they were so easy accessible, our 2 feet, as we can see down there, our 2 feet that each of us have, that is our mobility at one point in time. So whether it's caravans or animals, I see a lot of people, they transport back and forth, and they never complained about it, because long as your mind is being joyous, or you're entertained in something that is allowing you to have your thoughts ever so growing, and you're learning, especially if you're assimilating information you're learning, you don't even think about the walk. You don't think about the trial that you're going through, whatever tribulation. But anyway, the book review on the Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist. I hear a lot, you probably heard of this book if you're watching this video now. A lot of people have talked about it. You have Oprah Winfrey, Will Smith, Denzel Washington, good prominent actors and media personalities and superstars. There's a lot of celebrities, there's a lot of motivational speakers, Les Brown, Jim Rohn, Andrew Carnegie, Napoleon Hill. A lot of people, Earl Nightingale, I remember mentioned it. A lot of people talk about this book and this account that Paulo Coelho brought into existence. And it's apparent that, just want to talk about a couple of points in the book. One thing I noticed, it's a powerful quote that keeps echoing in the book. Keeps echoing. And what that is when you want something bad enough, and this, I'm talking to you, whoever's watching this video, okay? Hopefully this resonates with you. When you want something bad enough in life, and all your heart's desire is behind that, the whole universe will do whatever it can, or conspire to help you to get what you want to attain. Again, when you want something bad enough, with all of your heart's desire, okay, the universe will go to work and conspire to help you to attain it. So that's a powerful thought process that goes on right there. Because once you want it bad enough, it's not just bad enough to want it, you have to look at what the universe is providing towards you, the omens, the good and the bad, that's going to allow you to get it, to attain it. You're going to go through some good, you're going to go through some bad, but you have to go through it to attain it. You have to continue. A good acronym I use all the time, FOCUS, which stands for follow one course until successful. In the avenue of this book, it was one man's journey, an actual shepherd boy. It It was his journey and the people who he came across to meet, the certain adventures he went through, all the way from the desert to get from where he was in his little realm. He had to step outside of his comfort zone, travel to a far and distant land that he didn't know the language, he didn't know the people, he didn't know the customs, and he had to do this, even work in that country for years, learn the customs, learn all the people, learn what he had to learn in order to fit in, and in order to all accomplish the goal he had, with your mind, which is in Egypt, where the pyramids are. It's where he had to go just to fulfill this dream that he had. He was a dreamer, and he wanted to fulfill his dream that was told to him by many, to attain a treasure that was rightfully his. As he went along in his journey, he came across so many avenues, so many pros, so many cons, so many things that went bad, so many things that went good for him, but he didn't give up. And that's one thing we have to look at in life. Ladies and gentlemen, I submit to you, that's something that I'm dealing with right now in life. It's something that I'm sure you're dealing with right now in life. We all have things we're looking to attain. We all have things in our life that we want, but we have to stay focused, steadfast, and remember that the universe will conspire and help you to get whatever you want when you want it bad enough. And when you want to stop at nothing to get it. When you dream, and your dreams you want to make fulfilled and to be accomplished and complete. Also, another point I want to stress to everybody as well. I get this question a lot to a lot of people when they ask about so far as whether a person is single or if they're a couple, if they're involved with someone. I myself, my personal viewpoint is it goes hand in hand with this book. One account I want to bring forth, and this could help somebody, so I'm going to put it out there to the world to help someone that may be listening, and it may resonate with you as it did with me. There's a reason why I have an ex, or exes I should say, for that notion. It's because I come to find that in my endeavor, in my journey of attaining my goal, to attaining what I want to do, which is to not only go down in history and to fulfill my legend, so to speak, as the book talks about, but I want to be someone that made a difference in the world, in humanity. Someone that goes down in the history books, that I did something notable, that's noteworthy, not only to leave behind in generations for my 8 children, my 1 boy and 7 beautiful girls, but definitely my handsome prince and my beautiful princesses. They will understand that their father was someone that did something worthy and notable of a cause to help humanity. Sort of like a Martin Luther King, sort of like a Kennedy, sort of like that. There's so many names to be mentioned across the landscape of humanity. All right. One big significance I want to point out, as the book points out, this young man came across a certain woman. He thought that woman was for him. She was ideal to him, but that wasn't the woman that was for him, to help him in his attainment of what his legend was, his attainment of his treasure. What the main plot of the book was, for him to go to Egypt to receive his treasure that he dreamed about having. The woman that was for him, she felt it at a great injustice, since he came in her life and he was like a treasure to her. But it would be a great injustice for her to stop him from attaining his treasure, obtaining his legend, his attainment of what his dream was, his accomplishment. I think that's powerful. And the reason why I say that is because it is. If you have anybody in your life that is not only for you attaining your goal, your journey, your dream, your vision, not only do you need to make the decision to cut them off, okay, to get them out of your life, but the universe, as I said, is working for you to attain whatever you want. The universe is going to give you omens, just like this young man was given, the shepherd boy in the book that became the alchemist. He was given omens. Even the alchemist himself, who he met, told him about the omens, that the universe is conspiring to help you. So the universe will give you omens. The universe can't make the decision for you, okay? The Most High God can't manipulate and make your decision to where you need to let that person go. But on the other hand, you will be persuaded. A lot of bad will come in your life, a lot of good will come in your life, a lot of things that come in your life to where you can change and stop this person from stopping you to attain what you need. And that's what I think happened in my life with the exes. Actually, that's what I know happened in my life. It's not to say that they don't want you to get there. But the bottom line of it is, this woman named Fatima in this book, she actually not only wanted him to continue on his course to reach that treasure, to reach his dream, to fulfill it with the alchemist, but she also thought it was a great injustice if she stopped him because, mind you, and this is so degenerate when I think of, not to digress, but when I think of how mankind is nowadays, we become such a degenerate race because nowadays you can't really, a lot of people don't look at being with someone unless they touch them, unless they have sexual intercourse, unless they have interactions with the physical. Whereas this man, and the customs at that time in Egypt, obviously the women that were married, they were covered. The women that were not married were not, meaning that they weren't married, they're available. And it was definitely against custom, against tradition to talk to a man, to talk to a woman that was married. But at that time, when I think about it, when we think about this point in the book, we see the aspect that they didn't even have conversation. They didn't have sexual intercourse. They even touched. Their eyes just fell upon each other, and they knew automatically that was the one. They knew automatically, like it was love at first sight. Okay, that's how my mother and father met. They automatically knew it was love at first sight. I was conceived. I'm the only child. I was conceived, and it was only a month that they were around each other. They moved in after a couple of months together. I was conceived, so therefore they've been together 36 years and counting now, and never divorced, never separated. And that's a beautiful thing to see something like that, either through thick and thin. Even when my mom became disabled, still my father stuck around. Now that's something that everybody doesn't have, I understand, but I'm talking about on the point of that when you do have someone and they understand that they'll wait for you. She automatically knew that she wanted to be with him. She automatically knew that that was her husband. He automatically knew that that was my wife, and they were going to stick it out, and he was going to go to get his treasure and come back. He gave her his word he would come back. And she, being a woman of the desert, as the book accounts, she was going to wait on him. She would not hinder and I say out of bewilderment, she would not think that he would not come back. She was going to wait on him. She believed him. And mind you, love at first sight was definitely apparent. So all I'm saying is just that point. When you know that you have something that you want to do, ladies and gentlemen, when you know that you have a goal, when you know you have a destiny, a vision, a dream that you want to fulfill, it's good to be a dreamer, okay? When you know you want to fulfill that dream, don't let anybody take it away from you. No different than what Will Smith said in The Pursuit of Happiness in that movie, when he made that line, when he actually said to his son in the movie, you know, you have a dream, you got to protect it. Don't let nobody take it. People can't do something themselves. They'll tell you that you can't do it, mainly because they can't do it. Same thing as the account in this book. Mainly it was speaking about that young man. He knew he wanted to make that dream complete. Now, he didn't know how it would happen. He didn't know how he would run across the people that he ran across to make it happen. He didn't know, he didn't have the resources. As at one point in time, he lost all of his money. He still had the conscious decision to know that he was going to make it happen. It was going to happen. And he had people helping him along the way, the universe, different individuals he ran into, a mate, okay, a spouse. He had different individuals helping him to attain it. So all I'm saying is if you want something bad enough, if you dream, if you have a vision, if you have a goal, and you're passionate about it, stick with it. That's the purpose of this whole video. Stick with it. And I highly suggest, ladies and gentlemen, I submit to you that definitely that book, you should go and check that book out. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, okay? Hope this was informative to somebody. I want to say God bless, stay obsessed with success, and too blessed to be stressed, all right? Everybody take care.